If you've driven up Interstate 49 toward Natchitoches Parish, you know there is a lot of history up there, but what you may not know is that some recent efforts were made by some along the Cane River and just in time for the tricentennial. News Channel 5's Sherman Dizelle finds out more on that in tonight's What's Right About Cenla.
Meet two people in Natchitoches Parish who want to preserve and honor the place where their history started.
In here is the living area.
Elvin Shields lived on the Oakland plantation with his family starting back in 1954. He was a child of resident farmers and even worked in the cotton fields himself as a young child. After retiring from the military, he returned to Natchitoches and now holds tours at that same plantation.
You got maybe 2 or 3 girls, but you would have cots in here, which you basically fold up and moved out the way in the day for cooking.
As a kid, he fabricated plantation toys. Made of wire, these figurines depict a daily life on the plantation in his time.
I put together this display when I talked to high school students, elementary school students. Some of them never seen raw cotton before.
He's determined to educate the younger generations about this part of Louisiana history.
What I'm trying to do is bring it back to life by showing it any way I can.
Not far away from Oakland is Melrose, a place that is significant for the Creole heritage, and it caught the attention of a filmmaker from the West Coast.
My family roots are from Louisiana, even though I'm a native California girl.
Kelly Jackson has been researching her Creole roots since 2010. After connecting with family members on Facebook, she devoted her life to finding out more.
Well, the biggest piece of this story that means the most to me is Marie-Thérèse Coin.
Marie-Thérèse Coin was a slave who had a 20-year relationship with a young Frenchman, Claude Thomas Pierre Matoyer. They had 10 children together. After their relationship was forced to end, Claude Thomas granted Coin and all of her children freedom and their own land. She later became an entrepreneur.
So this is a woman empowerment story of coming from slavery to freedom and what she was able to accomplish in the 1700s. That is important in itself.
This is the focus of Jackson's documentary in the works called Resurrection Fern.
The tree that stands in front of the Melrose plantation, the fern that actually grows on it is called the resurrection fern. When it's dry, it dries up to it looks almost dead, but as soon as the water hits it, it resurrects itself. And that was important when I learned that.
Melrose expert Betty Brown Rock is pleased with Kelly's efforts.
I think more people need to know about it. A lot of people know, but not all over the world.
Miss Jackson and Mr. Shields want to make sure that their heritage is recognized in the 300-year mark of Natchitoches. They feel that the stories born here affect the lives of people all over the world.
I feel this is our history. And if you're looking for someone, don't go looking in Africa. Come to Melrose, Bermuda, look in the graveyards, at the headstones, and these plantations. This is where you're going to find your ancestors.
Because a lot of our oral history has been diluted or missing today. So it's important for us to remember that and actually give them the honor that's due their name today.
Natchitoches Parish history, another example of what's right about Central Louisiana.
And also featured at Melrose Plantation are the many works from Louisiana folk artist Clementine Hunter. Now, she was a cook at the plantation, but later began painting the famous pictures that indeed made her famous.